Hello everyone, I hope you have had a good week and that you are still all well. This is the information and instructions for our class on Monday 27th of April. So you can see here the lesson aims. So today we are going to review food vocabulary and collocations, read and write a restaurant review, read and write a recipe, and practice reading skills, and that's a text about May Day. So first of all, if you look here, this is a link here where there is an online activity for you to revise food vocabulary. So that's words for food and drink in English. So if you click on this link, then you can practice those words. And then here is an activity also related to food. So if you look on this document, which is attached to my email, there are some phrases. For example, look at this one, fish and what do you think comes next? And all the things are items of food. So which word do you think comes next? When you have decided all of them, if you scroll down, you will find the answers in the correct order at the bottom on the second page. So now that we have practiced food vocabulary, we're going to move on to restaurants. So have a look here, and there are some questions for you. So, do you prefer, just let me get it so you can see it. Do you prefer cooking a meal to eat at home or eating in a restaurant? Why? Second question, which is your favourite restaurant in Reading and why do you like it? And then the last one, what is more important to you in a restaurant? Quality of food, price, service, so that's the waiters and the waitresses, or the setting, so that's your surroundings, the room and the decoration. So what's more important to you? And with those, I would like you to think about them. And then can you send me your answers? So if you want to practice your writing, you can send me your answers in written form in an email. Or if you would like to practice your speaking, you could make a video recording on your phone of you answering those questions, and then you could send me that by email. But I would really like it if you could send me your answers either in written or in spoken form, and then I will read them or listen to them and send you some feedback. Okay, so the next thing is to look at some restaurant reviews. So also attached to the email, you'll find this document which has got reviews of some restaurants. So I would like you to read the reviews, so scroll down to find the rest and decide which restaurant you would like to go to. And you have got a choice down here of various restaurants. Okay, so read them all and decide which one you would like to go to. When you've decided, if you look at the bottom of each review, there are some scores. So there's a score out of 5 for quality, there's a score out of 5 for service, there's a score out of 5 for setting, and a score out of 5 for the price, which gives you a total out of 20. So read the review and I would like you to decide how many points out of a maximum of 5 the person who wrote the review would give the restaurant. Okay, so for example, in this first one, the person says, the food was lovely, really delicious and full of flavour. The only disappointment was the dessert. So I think in general he thinks the quality of the food is very good, but not perfect because the dessert was not good. So maybe I would say 4 out of 5 for quality. Okay. Then he says the service was quite good, but it was difficult to find a waiter. So down here for the service, maybe 3 out of 5. Okay, so there's a couple of examples. I hope you understand what you have to do. Decide what mark you would give each thing and then add them up to give your total out of 20. Okay? So, when you have read the reviews, have a look at this second worksheet here, which is also attached to my email. And you are going to write your own review. So here are some ideas for what you are going to talk about. In your restaurant review, you should talk about the price, the quality, the service, and the setting. So this is a chance for you to plan and think about some adjectives you might use in your review to describe the price, some adjectives to describe quality, some adjectives for service, and some adjectives for the setting. So you can look at the reviews that you have read to see if you can find the adjectives they use to talk about these things. And then here in this box you can write your review here of a restaurant in Reading, and then down at the bottom you can give the scores that you would give it for these 4 things and a total score. And when you have finished your review, if you send it to me, I can look at it and correct it for you. So my first question for you was, do you prefer cooking a meal to eat at home or eating in a restaurant? So we've looked at restaurants in the reviews. Now we are going to think about cooking at home. So if we go down here, there is a link that you can click on to practice some vocabulary for things that you use in the kitchen when you are cooking. So click on the link and you can practice that vocabulary. Then have a look at this document attached to the email, and I would like you to practice cooking verbs. So can you do task 1, which is here, then task 2, which practices spelling and reading, and task 3, which also practices spelling and reading. And that's all practicing cooking verbs. And finally, have a look at this document, which is also attached to the email. Go down to page 2, and on page 2 you will see some pictures and the same verbs that we've just practiced. Can you match the verbs and the pictures here and also here? Then on the next page there are some recipes for you to have a look at. Just have a look at the recipes on this page and then go to page 5. Have a look here. There are 2 sentences here. Add the eggs to the pan and serve on toast. So those are instructions, those 2 sentences. And these 2 sentences are normal sentences. Kate cooks eggs a lot. She loves them. So do you know what the difference is between the instructions and the normal sentences? So in instructions, the instructions we use imperatives. So in an imperative, there's no person. If you look at these two sentences, there's a person. So this sentence is about Kate, and this sentence is about she. But if you look at the instructions, at the beginning of the sentence, there's no person. We've just got the verb with no person. And the same here, the verb, serve, but no person. And that's what we call an imperative. Okay, so to help you with imperatives, here I have put a link to a little video which tells you about imperatives. It's very easy and clear. So watch the video to check that you understand about imperatives. And then here are 2 links to online games where you can practice imperatives. So also click on those links and you can practice imperatives or instructions. And then I would like you to go back to that document with the cooking verbs, and on page 6, look at the instructions. It says, write instructions for your breakfast. So can you write some instructions using imperatives explaining how you make your breakfast? Okay, so now we've practiced kitchen vocabulary for things you use in the kitchen. We've looked at cooking verbs, and we've also practiced imperatives. So now I would like you to write a recipe for your favourite dish that you cook at home. So it could be anything, and I would like you to send me that recipe by email. Okay, and you can use all the vocabulary that you have learned. And finally, for today's lesson, the homework is to have a look at this text on May Day. So on Friday, it's the 1st of May, and the 1st of May in England is May Day, so that's this Friday. So for your homework, I would like you to look at this text about May Day and then answer the questions afterwards. There are 8 questions. So look at the text and answer the 8 questions. And this text is also attached to the email that I will send you. Okay, I hope you understand everything, and I hope you can do the work from this lesson. Please don't forget to send me your recipe and your answers to the questions that I asked you, and also your restaurant review. So there are 3 things I would like you to send me. Okay, that's everything. So I hope you have a good week. Stay safe, and I will send you some more work next week. Okay, bye-bye.